And welcome back to Trail Tested, everybody. How's it going? It is December, 5th, 2025. I can't believe it. That summer absolutely flew by, and I had the most fun on those electric scooters than I've had probably almost in my entire life. I'm going to do a quick little recap on the year and some of my favorite scooters. Now, we're really not going to deep dive in specs or anything. We're just going to review some of my favorite scooters and some of my favorite moments, and hope some of this info helps you guys make a decision on if you are looking at a scooter for 2026. If you just like good old scooter content, we're going to give you some good bangers. Full sends here. Let's get straight into it. Let's hit it. All right off the back, we are all saddled up on the Tiger Evo GTR. Now, this scooter is on my top 3 list, mainly because the scooter only weighs 66 pounds and it has dual 1000 watt motors, and it absolutely rips. It comes with street tires and not those knobby tires that most of the scooters been coming with, so it feels so smooth on the road. And the suspension, I mean, check it out. Wow, it is plush. It is not like the Kookin or the Varla whatsoever. It is very smooth, easy for just daily commuting and ripping around town. Now, because it has that elastic suspension, you don't really get any dampening rebound presets or anything. It's not as good as the Cabo suspension, but nonetheless, right out the box, it is great. It has a loose steering, but even with that loose steering, I did not have any wobbles or any death wobble issues going at 40 miles an hour. And paired with those nut hydraulic brakes, I believe they were nuts, they were on top of their game. I loved them, so check and check. All right, and next up is the VX2 Extreme by VMAX. Now, this is a Swiss engineered scooter, so very cool to see the Swiss in a different country kind of getting into it and designing scooters. Now, straight up, this is a scooter that's in my trunk at all times. I love this thing. It's always packed in the back of my trunk. I just whip it out and rip it. It is very lightweight, and it has a little thing called beast mode, which makes this one of the most funnest and most powerful little commuter scooters out there. So yeah, 1400 watts, you can have some serious fun. All right, next up is the EcoRoad ES3, I believe. Now, this is the cheapest scooter on my list here. It packed an 800 watt rear hub motor back there and a fully adjustable stem, which was very awesome. The way it folded, I didn't like the way this one folded up. When you folded it, it got longer. And, you know, that stem just did not feel as strong as I wanted it to be, like the VMAX or any of the other scooters. But nonetheless, it did not break. It didn't have any problems with flexing. This thing was a blast. I love how they designed the kick plate with the grip tape. Very good. The suspension did the just bare minimal work the suspension would do, but I mean, it gave you a little springy sprung, as you can see there. But nonetheless, for 600 bucks, this thing will take you around town and you can have some serious fun on this little guy. And it's got some cool little ambient lights, as you can see there. Nice little party lights. And yeah, will it wheelie? It will hang, that's for sure. And it's a drifter. The mechanical brakes were very weak. I really had to pull them in to get that thing stopped in the skid. But nonetheless, I had an absolute blast on it. And next up is the Pysic S3 mobility scooter. Yeah, we can't talk scooters without a mobility scooter. Now, when these guys reached out to me, I let them know that this isn't really what I want to do, but they insisted I try it. And sure enough, I absolutely loved it. I would love to do more reviews like this, because especially like a mobility scooter like this is something that's going to actually help somebody's life and improve their life. And that, I think, is very cool. That being said, this thing was actually an absolute blast. I mean, it only topped out at 6 miles an hour, but this thing climbed up every hill, went over every little dirt hill, everything I put it through. So what an absolute blast. And it was really fun stress testing this because I really want to see what's going to go wrong, what's going to shake, shimmy, or come loose before somebody buys it. All right, next up is the Kooker G2 Master 2025 edition. Now, this was an absolute treat. I like Kucker, and before I even got into scooters, I seen this one being advertised online, and I always wanted it. Now, this thing absolutely rips. From 0 to 20, this thing hits really hard off the line. As a matter of fact, it even beat the Tiger Evo GTR in the 8th mile little drag there. But that being said, the suspension, this would be very good for a 200 pound plus person. For my 140, 150 pound weight, it was just too tight. Even after I loosened it, it was just still too tight for me. It did great when you rode it hard, like you see I'm doing here. But if you're just commuting around town and going over bumps, it was just kind of rough, kind of rides like a tractor. But other than that, I love that the stem folded up and down, or you could at least adjust the height of the stem. That was awesome. Love the power. I've been beating and ripping on it, and I haven't had any problems with mine ever since, so good to go. Check. All right, and next in, coming in hot, is the Drivetron DT10. This is the 48 volt version. They also make a 52 volt version of this scooter as well, but the 48 volt coming in at like what, 1000 watt motors. dual motor drive. This thing ripped. It did really good. I believe came in around 67 pounds, and this thing was a lot of fun. As far as the frame and stuff, everything was built very well, but everything was really sharp. There's a lot of edges as everything is stamped and nothing is really rolled or smooth for the aluminum. But other than that, this was an awesome, really fun scooter. Mechanical brakes, sure could have been hydraulic, but at the price of $899, I couldn't complain too much on that. These guys claim to make everything in-house, so you won't necessarily find a clone of this scooter, which I don't dissect these scooters and get deep into it. But hey, I love companies that have integrity and try to keep everything original and their own. So check, check, check. All right, next up, coming down the hill is the Kookin G2. This thing's a single motor. I believe it's a 600 rear little hub motor back there. This thing cruised. This thing was a lot of fun to whip around. It was lightweight. Now, unlike the G2 Master, this thing had great suspension at my 140-pound weight. This thing did really good. It was a lot of fun to hop around and bunny hop. Great suspension on this one. I wish they would have put this one on the G2 Master or something like it. But when we're talking budget-friendly scooters, check, check. Oh, yeah. All right, next up, we are ripping the VX2 hub. Now, this thing was an absolute beast. Again, this thing had beast mode, and this one peaked out to over 2100 watts on my little watt meter there. If you're not experienced with scooters and you put this in beast mode and you give it full throttle, you're gonna have a bad time. But if you know how to ride it, you're gonna have a really good time. I mean, this thing puts on the smiles per miles, that is for sure. Again, that Swiss engineering, that Swiss quality, I love the way it's built, the stem, everything held up very, very well. And the biggest plus side is this is one of those scooters where you did not have to download an app and open the app and unlock it or anything. It is ready to go out the box. All right, now we're full sending the Varla Eagle version 3 right here. This thing is awesome. I love the grip tape deck. My favorite part was probably the handlebars. I love the handlebar setup. The handlebars are pretty high. If you're a taller rider, you're a bigger guy, this is going to be one of those scooters for you again. Not to mention you can put like an 8-inch deck or a 10-inch deck on it, I believe. Now, I really love this thing, but this kind of had the same fate as the Kookin. The suspension was just too tight and there was no adjusting it. Now, again, if you're riding it hard and jumping it, it's good. The suspension's good. But for daily commuting over bumps and stuff, it was like a tractor. But nonetheless, I absolutely 100% love this scooter, hands down. This thing absolutely ripped off-road like no other. All right, I want to give a big shout out and thanks to everybody, all my new subscribers, all the companies that collabed with me. I can't wait to see what 2026 has to offer. So hey guys, thanks a lot for watching and happy trails guys, everybody. All right, peace.